patients choose their healthcare system, and what they are counting on is the work of IHE to move that information from a caregiver in one organization to a caregiver in another organization, because that's the healthcare team that they've chosen to work with.
Customers have benefited tremendously from IHE specifications. Practically all of the interoperability that exists is built on some form of IHE specification. And it's an unknown and a hidden gem, but without a doubt, it's one of the cornerstones of interoperability in the United States.
There's also a really important role that IHE plays in convening different stakeholders to come to consensus on how standards will be used.
IHE profiles are architectural components. They cover large chunks of what a hospital IT infrastructure is going to have to support.
I think IHE plays many important roles in advancing interoperability. Certainly one of those relates to testing and the Connectathon activities that are offered through the IHE work. This is really tremendous in helping technology developers come together, make sure their products work the way they should work in the real world.
It's so very organized. There's a wealth of experience of leaders in the Connectathon testing, IHE Connectathon testing event. And I'm really excited about all the new faces I'm seeing too. Quite a few new players that are here this year, and I expect it to continue to grow, and I'm excited to see how it does grow.
I have to say that it's a unique event in terms of bringing vendors and sometimes even competitors sitting side by side and bringing them together in the same room in a week, in 1 week, and allow them to truly advance the interoperability of their system.
Healthcare is about the patient, and providers need to have confidence in the products that they're purchasing. IHE provides a road to certification that meets that need. We begin with the Connectathon, which is an incredible environment for collaboration, for product development, and testing of code. From there we move on to conformity assessment, and from there we move to certification. And when you have a certified product, that's what a provider needs to know that what they purchase will do what it needs from an interoperability standpoint.
One of the reasons that I joined the IHE USA board was so that I could help to promote a certification program, because we really want all of our vendors in the EHR and HIE community to be able to work together interoperably more effectively than they are today.
What's great about most of the IHE profiles and why they're so important in the certification process is that many of them are very mature standards that have been in place for several years, if not more. Most of the vendors that we see have gone through the IHE Connectathon testing to sort of vet their product before they move up a level to certifying and testing that product to provide some assurance to customers of theirs and providers and users of the system.
IHE has been a critical partner in bringing our vision of a clinical reporting and performance measurement system to life in over 4,000 clinical sites in the U.S. and all territories. We went from, in 1 year, from just sketching things out on paper to working with real vendors who are active in our network. And that's been really tremendous to help us move quickly and talk with the right people and have the right discussions at the right time.
So the advantages to buyers of our IHE profiles, things that you would have written in your request for proposals several years ago, where you would have to in detail give all the technical specifications to make sure the system does what you want it to do. The IHE profiles allow you to write in 3 lines, you will implement this, and it just simplifies the RFP process greatly. And then you will know you can have vendors working together and you don't have to repeat a lot of detailed documentation because we have provided that for you.
IHE profiles are very important for us in terms of sharing the information because they govern how the systems will start talking to one another and the types of information they will share. They're setting the blueprint for how the systems talk to one another, and they're based upon real-world scenarios of things that clinicians need to happen or want to happen.
The value for participating within the IHE Connectathon really allows those vendors, participants, which may include public health agencies, departments of health, state organizations, health information exchanges, any of those type of organizations to actually see benefit and improvement within the products, the workflows, and the items that they actually can then deliver to their clinical folks for improving healthcare.
Connectathon is a great opportunity to test with vendors that we see in the real world in a competitive environment, and here it's not a competitive environment, so it's a place to do real-world testing in an environment where it's safe to fail.
We actually have the opportunity to work collaboratively. We're all basically operating under agreement that what we learn here about our competitors stays here, but what we wind up fixing here stays fixed. And then we're able to deliver that working interoperability to our customers.
Certification of products is going to give the healthcare industry and purchasers of health software the ability to have confidence that the health software conforms to their requirements that they're looking for, and an assurance that, especially in terms of interoperability, that the products that they're purchasing will support their needs.
So we're here at the Connectathon right now, and what we're doing is connecting our systems together and proving that we can talk. And that's great, and that is democratizing the standards to a degree amongst all the vendors so that people come along and say, no, it should work this way, it should work that way, and you're achieving consensus. And when you get to that point, it then becomes really important to then create seals, certifications over the top of that, because what that then will do is that will then give confidence to provider organizations to take software that has been granted those certifications by IHE.
While an IHE Connectathon is a unique event, not every company can put forth the effort to come here and do that. So having the certification that can be done at any time over the internet, at their own leisure, is also an excellent opportunity to make sure that these profiles are tested outside of the Connectathons.